Hi, people. Oh, wait. I should put on my microphone. Hi, everybody. So I'm going to wait a little bit for some more people to come in. Oh, wait. Some people are already talking. Hi, everybody. Hi, Karen. Hi, Laughing Eyes. Hi, Brittany. Hi, everybody in Twitterland. Okay, so I just wanted to come on and I want to talk. Jose says no. Okay. I was wondering the same. Tech difficulties? No, it's 8 o'clock. That's what time I said I was going to come on, right? I think. Anyway, so okay, so I want to tell you about my Trump rally. Okay, so a friend of mine named Mario. He goes by Mario Presents. His name is also Mario Estrada. He hi Dia, hi Kimberly, Serenity. So my friend Mario, he's like, "Hey, are you guys going to the rally?" I go, "I didn't know there was going to be one." So he he said, "Yeah, there's going to be one in Phoenix." And so me and Mark were talking about it. We're like, you know what? Wait, Dia Beltran says 4 hours. Kitty will be on Australian YouTube channel. I will. I'm doing this. The reason why you guys never see me on Thursday, but I'm doing it today because I'm going to do a show 11 o'clock Pacific time for an Australian show. Okay, so anyway, so I have a few cameras going. YouTube right here, Twitter right here. Okay, so anyway, so me and Mark talked about it. We're like, yeah, we would love to go. We would, like Mark says, it was on our bucket list. So we're like, okay, cool, let's do it. So we worked it out. And so Mario is also from California, but he went to Phoenix. And hi, Doron 17. You comfy like that? Just curious. Actually, no, I'm not comfortable. Jose, if you want to know if all of this is comfortable, no, it's not. I do it because this is the way you guys know me. Anyway, so don't pass, but I'll allow it as you too funny. Okay. I'm not okay, listen. Drag queens aren't necessarily trying to pass. I know I'm a guy and I don't claim to be a girl. So I mean, I know you guys think it's funny and all that crap, but I really don't care. Were you able to get into the building and see your awesome president? Yes, I was. And I got very close to him. Okay, General. Anyway, oh, I look amazing. Yeah, for Hagatha. I look amazing Hagatha right now. I'm just not feeling it, you guys. I just slapped my makeup on. I really didn't want to do this, and then I regretted even saying I was going to do it. To be honest with you, I am really tired. I'm not General. I'm not offended, really. I don't. Trust me. I couldn't do this and be a snowflake. So yeah, I've been up for over 24 hours. I was really tired, and I'm 50 years old, and I got what 5 hours sleep today, and I'm just after being up for 24 hours, I'm just really tired. So I'm like, you know what? I am just gonna slap some stuff on my face and put on a wig. Anyway, here I am. So anyway, so me and Mark decided, yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go to Phoenix. We're gonna go see Trump. Oh, hi, Chasing a Murder. Moon Haze. Why are you so tired? Because I'll tell you why. I did a show, an Australian show at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Pacific time. Took off my makeup, woke up Mark, and then we got on the car and drove 5 hours to Phoenix, 4.5 hours. And we were up the whole day and standing in line out in the hot sun. And of course, I'm a maggot, so I burnt. And it was awful. But anyway, it was well worth it. So, okay, let me get to the story. So we get to Phoenix and we find Mario. We go to the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. It's a huge place. It's, I guess, where they do like the Arizona State Fair. And Mark used to live in Arizona and I'd been there a lot because I worked for a company out of Arizona. But anyway, so we go there and we find Mario. He is in the front of the line. He had been there for days. Like he put a sleeping bag on the sidewalk before they'd even let him in, and he slept outside. And this is like what I want to tell everybody. Everybody's like, "Oh, Trump people are Nazis. They're this and that. Blah 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 blah." Mario is like he is a Hispanic guy. It looks Hispanic. He's a Latino guy. He braids his hair with red braids, right? And he wears these awesome, huge, like 5-inch platform heels. He does this because he wants to not necessarily he wants everybody to go, "Hey everybody, I'm gay, I'm gay." He wants to represent the community there. He wants like the right, the conservative people say, you know what, there are gay conservatives and there's gay people who support Trump. And so he does sort of like an outwardly, representation of what people stereotypically think is gay. Okay. Is being a Nazi a bad thing? They have great uniforms. They were very stylish. So, I don't know if they were completely bad, but, I can't say that, or, someone will think I'm a Nazi and I'm a sympathizer. Hey, Kitty, some people think drag queens are sexist as femininity is over exaggerated and poked at by men. What are your views on that? You know what? I probably am probably I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I am probably the most misogynistic drag queen I know. Because I'll make jokes, I'll make jokes about everybody. And women are not, they're not safe. We're all humans. Um, but no, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I believe it is the art. It's an art. It's you exaggerate the woman form, the woman figure. Hair is huge, jewelry is big, everything's huge and exaggerated. So yeah, I guess it depends on the woman. If she's offended by it, then she's offended by it. Um, I don't know. I think it's a great argument. I really do. I mean, who are men to put on all these women clothing, and especially by today's standards? Who do we think we are doing this, right? That's why I created Hagatha. Hagatha is a supposedly a is a transgendered, misgendered character. So I figured, well, that's a different woman, right? So I'm going to do that. They don't like it. The gays do not like that I do that, and so then I just tell them, I go, well, wait a minute, but you'll do it. But women, um, we've been doing women for hundreds of years, dressing up as them and making fun of them and making characters of them and making, depictions of them doing, vile and disgusting things on stage. They don't care. But if it's a trans drag queen, you better not make fun of trans people. You look like a better looking Monica Lewinsky. Well, thank you. I mean, and given the opportunity that she had, I probably would have taken it too, with some money, of course. I mean, I'm sure she got money out of the deal somehow. Did you like the Trump rally? Yes, here we go. Let's talk about Trump. Okay. It's okay to be a Nazi. I mean, they need love too, I guess. You don't dress like a little girl and you're not a weirdo. You just enjoy your life and yeah, that's true. I don't do that. Okay. You raven-haired diva. Yeah, I really don't care for black hair. I'm gonna put it on today. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Get to Arizona. Text Mario. First of all, I have the good sense. I'm gonna, talk about how great I am. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna park by the exit. Why am I gonna park the closest up front? Because I know it's gonna be a madhouse. Once we get out, it's gonna be crazy. So I asked the guy at the ticket booth, I go, hey, where's the exit? He goes, right here. This is the exit. I'm okay, cool. So I parked at the closest spot I could find right there. I mean, I'd rather do a little walking than sit in like an hour or more of traffic in a parking lot. So I would not consider it misogynistic. There is truth to every stereotype. It is. Me and Mark talk about it too. There is. A stereotype wouldn't exist unless there's some truth in it. And it also wouldn't hurt either if there wasn't truth. I told my daughter to never put the president's dick in her mouth. Oh my god. Well, I wouldn't tell my daughter to do that either. But if she did it as an adult, let's put that out there, an adult. I realize I have a voice and people expect me to speak a certain way now. So I have to, preface things and put warning labels and stuff. But if my adult daughter said, hey, dad, this is what I did, and I, got a $500,000 out of it, I go, oh, okay, well, you're a whore, so don't do it again. So let's go shopping. Anyway, honey, when you're tired, you don't have to get all made up for us. Just talk. Well, Kitty does not look the same when she's 50 and obese and bald. Anyway, no, they don't have shuttles, Brenda, but the parking wasn't that far. I agree with you. You don't mess with kids. Yeah, I just don't. You can be funny without, talking shit about kids. Oh, thank you, nonstop. Oh, hi, pumpy front bum from New Zealand. Thanks for joining. Okay. Okay, here we go. I like both. Both look works. Okay, thank you. These cameras are very close, so you can really kind of see my age tonight. But anyway, here we go. So, get in touch with Mario. Hey, Mario, where are you? Oh, I'm in front of the line. He was front. He turn the fan calls on. What does that mean? What do you mean? Oh my God, you guys are like sidetracking me. Okay, so what happens? Mario. Okay, so this is the guy who's front in line, right? First of all, he comes from California. He don't even live there. He comes from California. He's a big homo. He's Latino. He's wearing high heels, and he's the first one there. He is the first one in line. Okay, so wouldn't you think like a KKK member would be there first, a Nazi, a redneck, some toothless hillbilly? No, it was a Latino homosexual wearing high heels. I'm 53, a little pudgy. All queens have baggage. Yeah, I have some under my eyes too. Okay, but anyway, so we find Mario, hugs, and all that stuff. And we hang out. And of course, the sun is getting stronger and stronger. And me and Mark aren't, we're both maggot. He's a black maggot. I'm a white maggot. And so I just heard him try not to laugh. But anyway, so we got the sun is on us, right? So we're like, Jesus Christ, what are we doing? He's a handsome man. Well, me or Mark, but thank you for both. Okay, but anyway, so we get Mark, we go meet Mario, we meet, the group of people that he's with. Turn fucking calls on. Trippy hippie, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. VIP lets us walk. Oh, yes, there's Mario. VIP lets us walk the front of the line together. Yes, this is what is hilarious. So Mario meets us. We go for a walk. He's walking around. Everybody seems to know him because he's been there for 2 days. And you got the redneckiest of rednecks saying, "Hey, Mario, what's up?" And they all loved him. They were very cordial to me and Mark. I'm sorry, I just didn't see the homophobia. I didn't see the racism. I didn't see the hate. I saw nothing but very kind people. And the one thing that I will say about all of them they have in common, they're all down to earth people. They're all your next door neighbor. They're all people you work with. They're not, I would imagine going to some liberal, Democrat, some kind of Democrat liberal rally, and everybody's going to be phony and overdressed and everything and putting on airs and, trying to be fabulous. It was not like that here at all. Everybody was so nice. It was so cool. People you don't even know are trying to share your food with them. I mean, it was just really cool. So we decided we didn't get other people's food. So we went and ate, we got a sandwich and stuff. So finally, Kitty, you were quoted and promoted in a Christian blog article for your stand. I saw that. Can you believe that? That I was actually in a Christian publication, and I'm agnostic. I'm not even a Christian. Which tells me, what? If you're right, you're right. And people, and I've yet to have a leftist person to come and attack me and tell me I'm wrong. I mean, if they do, I have a conversation with them and they end up running away. Okay, so anyway, we found Kitty from Jamie Deluxe. I've heard of that name. I'll tell you one thing about me. I'm really bad about other internet personalities. I don't know a whole lot of them. I probably should, but I don't pay as much attention as I probably should. I'm probably missing out on a lot. Okay, but anyway, so I would say, was it about 2:30? They decided, okay, we're going to start letting people in. They let all the VIP people in first. So we go. Oh, one thing I'll tell you, the security there, Trump security. Every guy there wears a shirt that's 2 sizes too small. And they are completely sleeved with tattoos. Okay, like their arms are covered in tattoos. They work out. They all have a certain posture to them. They're you could tell that they like the ladies, and the ladies like them. Okay, let's put that. But they're very good at doing their job. None of them were screwing around. I could say that they were, paying attention and looking at things. He's got Hill's Angels for bodyguards. Kitty, thank you for defending the innocence of children. You're welcome. I mean, I think it's good for everybody. It's good for the planet to defend children. Hi, Kay. He has Hell's Angels. No, they didn't look like bikers. They weren't bikers. You know what they all look like? They look like they were all into cage fighting. Like that. Thank you, lady. Okay, so anyway, we go through security. And as you go through security and you go up to the Coliseum, you kind of go up a ramp. And then you could see the scope of like what's going on, how long the line really is. It was incredible how many people were there. It was like where we were close to one block in a city, and then at the end you could see the line after it has already been snaking around. And then at the very end of the fairgrounds, there's another snaking line, and then it's going out on the street. It was like, I don't even know how you can count that many people. Jamie Deluxe, mostly hippie, pot smoking, cuss loving conspiracy dude, to be honest, but he made a positive video on you for denouncing drag kids. Well, what's wrong with pot smoking, Toby? No, he sounds interesting. I will look him up. Okay, so we get in there, and we're at the front, and we're like, we walk in, and we're like, we can go wherever we want, like because Mario got us there. We're like, wow, we have the choice of any place to sit, including standing up next to the stage. Well, me and Mark decided, you know what? We are going to get the closest seats available. So they were kind of up on a riser, not far from the stage. We estimated about 30 feet. We said, this is close enough. It really is. It's close enough because once you're in there, let's say it's 3:00. Trump doesn't come on till 7. And, I really didn't want to stand there for another 4 hours, and knowing that he's probably going to talk for 2 hours, that adds another 2 hours, 6 hours. I'm like, we and Mark are, Mark had his back surgery in November. We're like, we're going to get a seat. So we sit down because we know we're going to be there another 6 hours. I don't want to stand up. So anyway, and especially then it's kind of like a concert. Everybody gets to the stage, and everybody's like a pack of cigarettes just at the stage. And I'm like, I just don't want to be in that claustrophobic environment. Okay, I kept watching for you on all the broadcasts. Yeah, you wouldn't have seen me. The cameras rarely turn around and look. Well, I was in front of the cameras, so maybe they could have caught me. I don't know, depending on the station. But they always seem fixated on Trump. But anyway, and if you guys notice, I posted pictures of the press pool, the media, the media where all the cameras are. Yeah, it is. It's like a mosh pit without the violence. Anyway, so I could see all the media and stuff, and there were other speakers. McSally was there. Some Oregon people, Andy Biggs, he was there. Trump even brought later on the president of the Navajo Nation came on stage. Who else? Some other people, but Kimberly Guilfoyle, who used to be on Fox, who is now dating Don Jr. She spoke. Don Jr. spoke. What else? And then Trump spoke. But one thing I could say, everybody was so nice. It was like nobody even really annoyed us. Like me and Mark can get annoyed really easily, and we always talk about it. And oh, look at that person, look at this person. It was just great. I once said for 8 hours in August, 100-degree heat for Trump. I was right up front. Yeah, and you know what? The people who are at that stage or who have good seats, they put a lot of time and dedication into this. So you just don't walk up in line. I mean, me and Mark did because we knew someone in front. We did wait too. We had to wait a lot. So anyway, it was just a really, really good experience. The energy is huge. I will say that well, the arena held like close to 15,000 people. Um, for some reason in my mind, it looks smaller than what it is. On camera, these places look really huge, but it is a huge place. But how can I put it? But it was amazing watching every seat get full, and they do get full. All except the seats right behind where the media is, because the cameras are up on risers and everything's really big and tall, and you couldn't see back there anyway. But I sat next to this couple in their 80s, and I'm like, I couldn't believe these people did this. Like they drove up from Tucson to see him. And they said they were in their 80s, and it was really everybody was there. Me and Mark were trying to figure out if who wasn't there. We didn't see Asians. We didn't see Asian people there. Um, but everybody was there. We saw blacks represented, Hispanics represented, gays represented. There was a guy who wore a rainbow flag shirt that said "Gays for Trump," but he looked like a redneck. Um, Lesbians, there were lesbians there. There was just everybody there. There were Muslims there. Um, it was just everybody was there, and I just wish people really could really see the truth. And really, the only time you could see the truth is if you go. And I don't care if the next president is Elizabeth Warren. If you could stomach it, you should go to a rally. I mean, anybody's rally, because you get to see, first of all, the president of the United States. Even if you don't like them, you're seeing the president of the United States. That's very rare. To be able to have the opportunity to see this person. But let me talk about Trump. What my opinions of Trump were. First of all, Trump in person looks exactly like he does on TV. Exactly. Except I don't think a lot of times I think they kind of try to tease him about his weight, and he didn't look fat to me at all. He's a big man, but he's not fat. Oh, that's interesting. No Asians. Now, I mean, could I have missed one out of 15,000 people? Sure. But the presence wasn't known in big numbers. What do you think? What do you think the outside crowds add up to? I heard there were 20,000 outside, and there is video footage of it because we got in before dark. There is footage of the parking lot with everybody watching the big jumbotron, because that's there too, kind of entertaining you while you're waiting in line. A big TV, just kind of going over all the highlights of Trump and his campaign and what he's done and what he wants to do and things like that. Also, what's interesting is they anticipate protesters and stuff. They actually have a place for protesters to go. Were there any protesters? Okay, so yeah, I'm getting there. Jen Malone. Protesters were outside because apparently, how can I put it? Because the fairgrounds is like public or private property, they couldn't go inside and protest. Although the campaign or whatever, they gave them a oh, hi Brian, how are you? I was next to Germans and Polynesians up the front. Oh, were you? Well, the Germans would look like everybody else that was there. But anyway, hi KW. So what was my point? Okay, so Trump. He did not look as like big and thick as they sort of want to make fun of him about. I didn't see that. Also, his voice was quieter than I thought it would be. He's much louder on television. Um, in fact, me and Mark were talking. He seemed like he was probably a little hoarse, like his voice was kind of hoarse, like he had strained it. You could still hear him, but he didn't have this booming voice that sometimes comes across on TV. Sure miss you on the Book of Faces. I know I have like 2 weeks left. I'll be back on Facebook. Anybody who knows me from Facebook. You need a mod, Kitty. Oh, like a moderator. I know I do need one. It's really I know it's hard for me to do all this. It is. I have to give up some kind of control, don't I? Okay. But anyway, yep, he is. Saw him before he was elected. Yeah, he but it's funny. the way someone, you see them on a camera than the way they come off in a live event. Um, he comes off a much more of a, how do I want to put this? He has a big presence and a big personality. He does. I guess it's just when he's in a building with 15,000 people around him, he isn't really the center of attention at that moment because there's so much around him. But no, it was great. It was awesome. I loved it. I loved hearing from Don Jr. He came on stage and he was just as funny and just as engaging as Trump. He's still young. I could imagine what he's going to do with his life with a father like that and being like the first son or one of them. So I can't wait to see what he does with himself. Kimberly Guilfoyle was there. She's beautiful. She's, she's a very strong speaker, but she's a professional. She was, comes from Fox News. Trump has been doing a lot of rallies lately. Yeah, he has. And I'll tell you, even between the rallies, when I knew he was going to be in Rancho Mirage the day of the rally. Rancho Mirage is near Palm Springs, and it's really kind of in between LA and Phoenix. So he did a fundraiser there. And then I didn't know he did this while we're in Phoenix. He flew to Bakersfield. Bakersfield is about 2.5 hours north of Los Angeles. Goes there, does something, and then flies to Phoenix. This dude is like in the air, just flying everywhere, getting off, doing meetings, talking to people. He had a whole day of that. And then he goes to Phoenix and does a 2-hour rally. We all should have that kind of energy, when we're 70 something. It's just amazing. He was just in Vegas too. Yeah, you're right. Kern County in the house. Hey, Kay. I saw him on the weekly suite. No, but it's amazing. Like he literally gets off his plane, gets in his car, drives to Phoenix, and just comes on stage and starts talking after being in Bakersfield and Rancho Mirage. And he was even in Vegas too, I believe, in the same day. Like he started in Vegas. It really is amazing. But I'll tell you, I was fascinated. I really wanted to witness all of like the Secret Service and stuff, and they were all over the place there. And apparently he has like a security detail and Secret Service. The Secret Service wore suits. The security just wore like polo shirts, tight lycra type of polo shirts. They were like the muscle of the security, where Secret Service was more professional, and you could see their guns. You could see like the guns in their waist and stuff. That was very interesting to see. I just love being a part of all of it. But yeah, you guys really need to go. It's a lot of fun. How can you not read out my passage I wrote? Michael, where? What passage? I saw that. I poured my soul into that. Michael, I'm sorry. If I skipped something between, trying to talk to two different cameras and, think about what I'm going to say. I don't have a script. I'm really and I'm trying to answer questions. Lady Maga did a great video. I need to go look at his video. Okay, Michael, I'll look for it later. What do you think of Lady Maga? I think Lady Maga does a great thing. I think Lady Maga is a great cheerleader for the United States and for Trump. A good representative. Lady Maga does things I can't do. I'm not sweet. I'm not sweet and bubbly, and I'm not very animated, and I'm not much of a character. I'm more of a straightforward, talk shit to your face and with complete honesty type of person. So I'm not Lady Maga. Lady Maga is not me. Not as great as you, darling. Oh, well, that's sweet. Thank you. But I think, okay, here it comes. No, I think what Lady Maga does is absolutely great. She does something that I'll never do. So I'm not going to get on the pom-poms. I'm not going to run through a crowd, and I'm not going to What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not a cheerleader. I'm not a pep squad. I'm just not. I'm more of an opinionated, truth telling person. Um, Kitty is unique. Thank you. I like to see I like that. It's a compliment. I do. I definitely like to see myself as different from other drag queens. And I'm not really a character. Kitty's not a character. Kitty is Billy with makeup on. It's basically a way to do the art of makeup because I enjoy it and mix it with politics and what commentary. Who is Lady Maga? Trump tells us straight too. Yes, Liz and I love authenticity. Thank you. I mean, and that is why you are so very adored. Oh, thank you so much. Um, yeah, I'm not, and like Lady Maga is probably, a lot younger than me and more idealistic than me. I'm just not that, like I said, bubbly character that goes around and makes everybody feel good. I'd rather make you feel good by telling you, you're fat and you need to lose weight or you're going to lose your other leg from diabetes, you know. Did you see it this time? I'm worried that you may miss the passage again. I see nothing, Michael. Okay, here it comes. And then it says, I'm worried that you may miss the passage again. Okay, Michael. Well, whatever your passage is, why don't you send it to me personally? Because obviously, for whatever reason, it's just not coming up. Is it getting filtered out? No, because I get to see things that are filtered out and I approve them to be seen. So anyway, thank you, Liz. Did the president of the Navajo Nation speak? My partner is Navajo. We both love Trump. No, he didn't. He didn't speak. What happened was, as Trump introduced the governor of Arizona, which I will say, people booed him. I don't know I don't know anything about Arizona politics. I just don't. So I don't know why he'd be booed, but I did hear some boos. I saw people putting their thumbs down. So I don't know if they don't like him. Well, obviously they don't, but I don't know why. Some chats don't show up. Okay, but anyway, we went to afterwards. We left. And we try to get out as soon as we can because we know that, we actually saw people leaving about 30 minutes before Trump was done. And I think it's just to avoid everything, avoid the crowds, the traffic, everything. Because Mario did say it could take like an hour, up to an hour to get out of the parking lot. So that's why I parked at the exit. So we get out. It was like a big herd of cattle trying to get out of there, but everybody went in the right direction and still no fights. I can't stress that enough. You can't get there was 15,000 inside, 20,000, 35,000 people together and not have a problem. And there was really no problem. One lady fainted, an ambulance came. What a joke. Harvey Weinstein, you're saying somebody else is a joke? Okay. I don't see anything I don't know. Michael might be screwing with us. I don't know. So anyway, we get in the car and we have to come home. And you know what? I used to be a driver and Mark drives and we took Mario home. Our Mario is like about an hour from where we live. So we had to go an hour further out than come back. But we got home about 3:30. We left about 5 in the morning, got back the next day at 3:30 in the morning and went to bed. And then I got up and that's it. But we had a great time. So I would suggest anybody go. If he comes to California, I'm going to go. My mother wants to go so bad. But I have to kind of make it comfortable for her. Hogatha is definitely a character. Hogatha is really the opposite of me. In the remote future, should the evil of human innovation continue unchecked, we really will live in the world the Gnostics feared. I don't know what they feared. So anyway, so I posted all my pictures, some videos and stuff, but I had a great time. It was really, really cool. And I'll tell you another thing I thought was interesting was all the vendors, the bootleg vendors. I mean, there was Trump merchandise inside, but there was a street outside the Coliseum that was just wall to wall tables of people selling things, and it was amazing. Just like it was like a rock concert. It was. I don't know if other rallies are like that, but this was definitely like not the biggest concert I've been to. I mean, when in the early '90s, late '80s, when I saw Madonna, she sold out like 100,000 people stadiums. But that's a different time and all that. But it was really, really cool. So I would suggest anybody go and see it. If you're wait, Mario says, if he comes to California, I'll hold your place in front with me again. I would love it, Mario. I'd really appreciate it because Mother is just not. I know that she thinks she's a stud, but I can't see her standing there for 8 hours, 10 hours, or anything. So that was it. Have any of you gone to any of the rallies? Then I have a friend named Jason out there. Jason got tickets. He was going to go, but he couldn't get time off. And then I was going to see him afterward. Kitty, would you know how Brandon Strzok is doing? I have no idea. I haven't paid attention to him in a while. He doesn't pay attention to me, so I don't pay attention to him. I mean, we know each other. I've announced him for a stage. I've been interviewed by him. I think probably the first drag tutorial for the Walkaway. But he does, he's a busy guy, so he don't really pay attention to me much at all, really. But then again, if I don't text him, I could text him if I wanted to. I could, probably interject myself and be more forceful in his life, but I'm not like that. He came to Jackson, Mississippi, and I could kick myself for not going. Yeah, I mean, really, it is worth it, Brian. It's a lot of work. I'm not going to say it's not. You're going to be put out. There are people, another thing, you're not allowed to bring chairs, umbrellas, anything, your ice chests, anything inside. You have to take them back to your car. So what a lot of people do is they just leave it in line. So you kind of get in line. You basically, wherever you're at in line is your camp. You put up your tent, your sleeping bag, your chairs, your umbrellas, whatever. And then when it's time to go in, thank you, West Will BB. When it's time to go in, you just go in. And a lot of people leave their stuff there. And I guess that's pretty common. So you want to take like disposable chairs, something, an umbrella you don't care about, something cheap and leave it there. Then, the Coliseum, maintenance people pick it up. I really don't know how it works. But they also had food vendors there. They had, like a barbecue, a trailer that did barbecue. They had one with sandwiches, one with like ice cream and stuff. So, and it really wasn't that expensive. One thing is inside, once we got in the Coliseum, there was like one snack bar open with an enormous, enormous line. Like the line was like an hour long, if not more. So we didn't eat. We didn't when we drove, we went through the desert. We were like in the Palm Springs area. We got McDonald's. We got sausage, McMuffin, McGriddle, whatever. And we didn't eat again until we left the rally. So we went like over 12 hours without food, but the excitement is there. That kind of sustains you and stuff. Do you consider yourself transgender? No, I don't. I'm not transgender. I'm a man with a penis. I enjoy my penis. I enjoy being a man. I just put on this costume like I'm Mickey Mouse. That's all. Do you consider yourself transgender? Lady Maga seemed adamant about not being trans. I don't think Lady Maga is transgender either. And that cross-dressing is different. Well, what I do is drag. I don't cross-dress. In my world, cross-dressing means that you're a pervert and you put on women's clothes and masturbate. And they don't really do the makeup. And to me, what I do is more theatrical. Consider drag. No, Billy's a guy in makeup. Right. I'm just a guy in makeup. Yes, I do have a feminine voice. I am gay. Not that all gay people have feminine voices. Mark is gay and he doesn't sound gay. But some of us do sound gay, as we all know. It's a stereotype. Um, would you consider drag to be the same spectrum with cross-dressing ending at transgenderism? Well, it's not like drag or transvestitism is on the journey to being trans. Um, Trans means I don't want to be my biological sex anymore. Drag or transvestism is I'm going to put on this dress and a wig and I'm going to look at myself or do something and then I'm going to take it off. I mean, it's just play. It's like adults playing. I don't know. I don't go out in public like this unless I'm doing a gig, which I do have one coming up in May. So I will put this in my suitcase, go to my hotel, spend the night, wake up, put on my makeup, and then go to the gig. I'll do that, but I'm definitely not going to go to the grocery store because it's not. It's kind of like you putting on a tuxedo. Are you going to put on a tuxedo every day? And it's uncomfortable. Tuxedos are uncomfortable. Corsets are uncomfortable. This wig is hot as hell, and I really want to take it off. I don't do it. I do it for the art of it, and because I enjoy applying makeup, and not even necessarily just to myself. I used to put makeup on people. It's just my thing, you know. I don't have an overly masculine face. I can, successfully paint an attractive woman character without being a woman. Drag is art, performance. Think of theater. I mean, a lot of people want to for some reason, people want to attach sexual deviance to it. It's no different than say if I was Michael Myers for Halloween. So I played Michael Myers and I put on the mask and I put on, it's the same thing. It seems like some kind of feminine ritualistic performance. What I'm doing now, I'm just talking and I'm acting and I'm saying the exact things I would say if I didn't have the makeup on. Yeah, Michael, it seems like some kind of feminine ritualistic performance. So for some, it may be. I mean, I don't know. Some people just like putting it on, doing a Barbara Streisand routine and then going home and going to bed. I don't know. I mean, but it's an expression of the feminine. Yeah, it is. But I'll tell you, the people who do drag are now trying to change those rules. They're constantly trying to change the rules. Now they're saying, well, you can be a drag king, so women dress up as men, and there are some who do it very successfully. I've only seen one that I thought. To me, a good drag queen is not necessarily passing. It's a man. It is, but how skillful the makeup is, how seamless the lip sync is, how wonderful they can. Because there's more than just putting on makeup. There's also I used to my stomach right below my rib cage. I used to put duct tape there. I used to wrap it around my body to make me have an hourglass figure. I would suck that in as far as I can, and then I would wear these hip pads and a fake butt and stuff. So I had a really good hourglass figure, and I would have to make really, really big tits because my shoulders are so broad. So I need big hips, a big ass, big tits to balance out because I look like a football player. In real life, you'd look at me and go, oh, he's a retired football player. It is a job for you. I don't get paid to do this. I don't make money doing this. The only time I ever made money was putting out a GoFundMe, and because people were saying, we want to give you a tip, because it's customary in drag that you would tip them like a stripper. Okay. And so people are saying, oh, you should make something so we could send you tips. So I did that one time and people sent me money and it was great. I mean, because the makeup isn't cheap. I have no way of paying for this stuff. I just, at the rally, did the crowd boo the media? Yes, they did. They turned around. And I'll tell you another thing, too. They're very big on vulgarities. They don't want, even though Trump will cuss, they didn't want you to have any shirts. JB, yes, they did. Oh, yeah. They don't want, Mario, you may not have seen this because you were standing in the crowd, at the stage. But there was somebody Don Jr. or somebody said something about the media, and this is kind of like the first time they acknowledged the media. So everybody turns around and they're like saying CNN sucks, CNN sucks. And there was a guy who was flipping them off, and security went to them and threatened to kick them out if and told them to stop doing that. They didn't want to see. And Mario, you know what? You know the shirt you were wearing? Mario had a shirt on that said fuck Antifa. I heard someone say that guy is wearing a shirt that says fuck Antifa, but he's not taking it off, because they did say to remove clothing with obscene things on it. But I don't think the U in fuck, I think, wasn't it like a hammer and sickle, Mario? But anyway, we all knew what it said. But I did hear somebody talk about your shirt in the area I was sitting in. But no, they didn't want those images to go across camera. So security told them, no, stop flipping the camera off. And then like it made the gesture like, I'll throw you out. I am interested in if how our culture responds to masculinity is resulting in this surge of what I would classify as varying instances of biological males identifying as women. You know what? I'm honest, and this is what I really think. Wait, and also he says, including homosexuality, drag, cross-dressing, and of course, transgenderism. These things are not new phenomena, obviously, but I think that their prevalence is on the rise. Well, yeah, Michael, you're right and you're wrong altogether. You are kind of lumping everybody into one basket. And this is really something that the gay community, some segments of the gay community, and I'm one of them, me and Mark, my partner, we don't like being lumped in with LGBTQ people. I think it's unfair to just take your average gay person and lump them in with transgender people, because they have nothing in common. They don't, other than they may go to the same clubs together. But even if you go to the same club together, you don't. I try to hide it inside as much as possible. Yes, it was a hammer and sickle with a no sign. Yes, I am not transgender at all. I enjoy being a man, so I don't really like my lifestyle or what I do being lumped in with them. But it's not that I don't like transgender people. I like individuals. I don't necessarily like a collective group. I mean, why would you? It's like saying, oh, I love all black people. No, you don't. There's some you don't like, so don't say that. But anyway, I don't like being a part of the conversation of trans issues, because I'm not trans. So really, why do I care? I mean, honestly, why do I care? So I don't like that. Oh, you appreciate honesty and insights. Oh, thank you. A gay man has come to terms with himself and his sexuality proclivity and goes on with their life. Yes. And and I'm and there are gay people, and it's annoying to me. They want everybody in the world to give them a parade, a celebration, and because everybody tells them that now, for some reason, if you say that you're gay or anything, you're brave and stunning and all that stuff. And it's like, I don't know why it's brave, because if you're raised in a household where your parents, make you think it's okay to be gay, and you come out and say you're gay, why do you deserve a party for that? I don't get it. So true. No one loves an entire group. Hi, Kitty. Just tuned in. How was the Trump rally? It was great. I loved it. I suggest anybody go to it. And I'm not going to just say Trump. He's not going to be president forever. But even if it's somebody, next term or, the terms after that, and you kind of like them, you should go see a rally, because it's really great to be a part of it. And to be around like-minded people too. While there's so much diversity there, and you know what, and I'm not even going to exaggerate about so much diversity. The vast majority were white people, but it's Arizona. He has a huge following in a certain population. But then again, if you went to an Obama rally, everybody would be white too. So, how could you look at how can anybody really look at an audience of Trump supporters and say, oh my God, look at all those white faces, when you could look at an audience at a Trump rally, I'm sorry, at an Obama event, and you can see all white faces there too. They'll just they'll just attach racism to one, but not the other. But even though the population might be the same as far as ethnicities. But the thing that was great was with everybody there. Okay, we saw white trash there, like complete toothless white trash, but we also saw women there with like tight facelifts. You know what I mean? So there was, you know what it was? There was a big a diversity of socioeconomic people. That's where the true diversity was. But everybody, no matter what they looked like, they all liked each other. Because we all knew that we were there for a common purpose. There's nothing wrong with looking at white faces. White faces are beautiful. I agree. I have nothing bad to say about white people. Yeah, MAGA's for all. And that's another thing, Melissa, that, and I'm going to tell you this, and me and Mario and Mark talked about this. This is a car coming back to California with a white guy, a Latino, and a black guy. Okay. So there was diversity in the car. If you want to call diversity anything, colors and ethnicities, if you think that that's what diversity is, then okay. So the car was filled with diversity. But we all had the same, we had this conversation. You seem like a candid gay person. I am. I have nothing to hide. I don't care. I mean, we all have something to hide, right? So we all don't tell everything, but I'm not ashamed to speak my opinions. If you love America, you're MAGA. Right. And that's the thing. And I don't know why. There were protesters there. They were out on the street. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. Do you know they give them a safe space? They give safe spaces for protesters. They're saying, yeah, if you want to protest, go over in this area. And then they actually have this public service announcement on the Jumbotron telling you what to do if you're attacked, if you are attacked by one of them. And what they told you to do is take your sign, if you have a rally sign, hold it over your head and yell Trump. Just keep saying Trump, 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 Trump. And then security will come and they will fix the problem. Have you seen the video where topless female animal rights act? Yes. Why would you do that? I think it's an excuse just to get attention and just to get out there and, be seen or be stupid. You know what it is? It's their 15 minutes of fame. I think more people are driven by the 15 minutes of fame more than anything. I understand the psychology of different sexual orientations from a gay person is interesting. Right. Well, you know what? I think everybody should have freedom to do what they want. Adults. I think adults should have freedom to do what they want. I personally don't understand cutting off your penis and getting breast implants. I don't. And I never will. I do understand that they have the right to do it as an American. Do I think it should be paid for by the government? No, I don't think so. Do I think the military should pay for it? No, I don't. I don't think so. I think if you're having an issue with your gender, you might, I think, take care of those problems before you join the military. Okay. If you're going through that, if you're going through transgender issues, whatever they may be, I'm not going to judge them. I think you have more problems to deal with than the problems you're about to get from joining the military. So I think you need to deal with that first. Take your hormones, go down the path that you want to go, then think about getting into the armed forces. Can you understand why they would want to, even if you wouldn't want that for yourself? Yeah, I completely do. Michael, I completely understand why transgenders want to be part of the gay community, because there's more of us. That's why. Gay people are a larger group and more respected group. I mean, of non-hetero people. So yes, I can understand why they would want to use us as a group. Yes, I do. I was in the Navy, and all of the branches are stressed as if, yeah, you're already. You already have enough to worry about. I mean, think about it. The armed forces are filled with people who just grew up. They're probably not even done forming yet. Their brains probably aren't even done yet. They're immature. They need discipline and structure. Why the hell do you want to add to the recipe someone who might want to cut off their penis? I mean, I don't know. And I'm not saying they can't do the work. I'm not saying they can't. What I'm saying is, why pile on the problems? No offense to trans people, but I don't agree with cutting off your genitals to be trans. Well, you don't have to, and a lot don't. A lot of them don't. They continue. They just live with it. They do. And that's the thing, is I'm really not the person to talk about it. I could talk about makeup. I could talk about gay issues, but I think this is a big problem with our community. Yeah, my husband served 23 years, and it was stressful for the whole family. It is. I mean, we can't deny that. And I just think that, if you do have issues, and for whatever reason, I don't even know. Let's put it this way. I don't even know why I'm gay. So why am I going to even contemplate why someone else is trans? I honestly don't care. And I don't mean that to be in a disrespectful way. I don't care. Just like I don't care about your religion. I don't care why you're a Christian. I don't care why you're a Muslim. I don't care why you are a Jehovah's Witness as opposed to a Baptist. I don't care. I just don't. And I don't care why your penis is disgusting to you. And I don't care that you need to take hormones and you want to be the person that you believe you are meant to be. I don't care. Exactly. Not for us to judge and figure it out. Right. I'm 50 years old. I still don't know why I'm gay. So why do I care why the person next door is trans? I don't care. Kitty, what do you think of Bloomberg and the other Dem candidates? This is what I think. Okay. I'm really kind of torn on the whole Michael Bloomberg thing. I was first thinking, you know what? Michael Bloomberg would be an absolute perfect plant that Trump would put in the Democrat Party. Like, there's a part of me that is hoping, I think about everything. I'm hoping, I'm hoping that him and Trump are working together. And he decided, I'm going to be a Democrat and run as a Democrat to make sure that Trump gets reelected. That has crossed my mind. Equal rights, adult issues, nothing more. No children. I just think a child should just be raised as an organic human, and they like what they like. They wear what they want to wear. I mean, let's put it this way. Let's be honest. I mean, I grew up in a household that I couldn't wear whatever I wanted to wear. And it didn't even matter if I said I was a boy or a girl. There was clothing my mother would not allow me to wear. So if I'm a little boy and I'm saying, I want to wear this dress, I don't think there's anything wrong with my mother telling me, no, you shouldn't wear that dress. Now to play, yes. But I would want to protect my child from going to school and wearing a dress and saying that they're a girl. So I would tell my kid, you know what, you're not done growing yet, because I went through this. I did. I really legitimately wanted to be a girl, and I thought like a girl. I had more in common with females. The thing is, that completely changed. I'll tell you when I grew out of that completely is when I was probably in my mid to late 20s. I was probably a late bloomer. I like to say I was a late bloomer. I don't know. But I was really not on board completely with men's stuff until my mid 20s. Actually, I went through a period of resenting men. I was afraid of men. It's because my father was abusive, so I thought all men were like that, right? So I just didn't trust them, and kind of clung to females. But once I became a man, and I went, oh, this is what life is for a man. I then I'm like, I get it now. I get it, so no, I would never go back. I just like to put on makeup and a wig once in a while, to make videos, to make social commentary, and then I take it all off. But I bet there are theories on what causes it. Yes, well, of course there are. There are people who think molestation that do it. Well, I did. What causes gender dysphoria? I don't know. And you know what, Michael? I think that's a great point. I think they should figure that out before they're gonna stop kids from going through puberty by giving them puberty blockers and ruining their genitals for the rest of their life. Because there are and I don't know if a lot of like straight people don't know this. There is a lot of people who detransition. They go back. And the trans community do not like those people at all. They have no support from trans people. And I think it's terrible. Um, like say if you're born a man and you decide to become a woman and you live as a woman for a while and then you decide, you know what, I made a mistake. There is, and it's not just one or two people. It's a good sizable number that probably should be looked at. Um, in fact, one of them is a man who became a woman, who became a man again, and was actually High Cringe Panda. Was actually one of like the people who kind of spearheaded this movement in the conversation of trans. He got older and decided, you know what, I made a mistake. I'm really a man. So I don't know what you do about that. I really don't. The only thing I can think of is to not indulge children and say, yes, yes, Billy, you're a girl. Let's go get you a dress and some, high heeled shoes. It's like, no, he's a boy. And encourage the creativity of dressing up at home, play acting, join drama, join, to get that out, to get the feel, I need to dress up. He could play makeup with his girlfriends or whatever, but I don't think that a child is informed enough about themselves to even make that decision, that really a life-changing decision. You know what? I don't want to have a penis, so let's put me on hormones and puberty blockers. Because what happens is, I've read stories that if you give a little boy these puberty blockers, it really stunts their growth and affects the size of their penis. So can you imagine if this kid decides at 30, I'm a man, I made a mistake, or my parents made a mistake, and then he decides, okay, I'm going to stop taking this medication. All of a sudden, he has like a little tiny mutilated penis. I mean, it's really tragic, and I honestly think that they indulge that community a little too much for their own good, and I don't think that they necessarily fix the problems. Getting breast implants and getting hormones does not fix the problem. It may make some happier, but it doesn't make them all happier. So this topic is a little more. I think there's more that needs to be researched or done. I don't know, but children are not responsible enough to undertake the drastic. You know what, Liz? You're right. You can't even count on your children to do their homework or to eat their vegetables. So why would you even think that they would know? You know, issues of sexuality and anatomy and stuff. Oh, and okay. So Michael had talked about and this aversion towards men. I'll tell you what I also think is another problem, and this kind of goes into the gig I have in March, talking to women in Northern California, and I've talked about this before. There is a school of approximately, I'm giving you approximate numbers, 475 students. 300 of them in this school says they are trans or gay or a different gender. They are all trying to check that LGBT box. I personally think that they are being influenced by the culture too much. I plan on I'm going to join this discussion panel, and I'm going to have a list of questions for mothers, and I'm going to ask them, but they're not going to know in the beginning what side of the street I stand on when it comes to these issues. But unless some of you guys don't know, there is a condition that's going on, and I've been paying attention to these teenage trans kids. which, and I'm going to these trans kids to try to get information on other kids, right? Well, what they say is there is this thing, and this has been out for a while in the community. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. They call it trans trenderism, meaning, you know what? I'm a guy. I'm gonna say I'm trans just to be cool, just to fit in, just so people think I'm different. But they're not really trans. They're just going to explore that world, and they're going to say they're trans. I look at it as the same phenomena. Hi, Piers Plowman. I think it's really the same. And I'm not saying for everybody. There are people who really are trans and they're completely happy changing, and I'm not talking about them. What I'm talking about is the peer pressure, the trans trenders. Um, like in the 90s, everybody was bi. Yes, Kelly, I was going to go in that direction, but I'm also going to talk about the cutters. You remember when all of a sudden everybody's cutting themselves? And the funny thing is, I know I worked with a grown man in his 30s who had scars all over his arms from you could see the razor cuttings that he did. And occasionally he would come to work with a band-aid on with a freshly cut one. But the thing is, I don't see that. I don't see that anymore. Like it was on every talk show and everybody talked about it and everybody's kids were cutting themselves. And it's like, well, how come no one's cutting themselves anymore? And also, why haven't they gone a step further? Why aren't they cutting off their fingers or their whole arm? I mean, do you have any words to describe how absolutely horrible the Young Turks are? I haven't watched them in a long time. I really haven't. But I think I just think they're stupid. They are. I mean, I get it. They're trying to, they have a gig and, they're trying to make money and fame and all that. But I don't know how they could really believe, I mean, I know not everybody's that smart, but they can't be that stupid, really. I mean, the things that they say. But I really haven't paid attention to them in a long time. Hi, Robert. So, right. Britt says, I feel like I can't keep up with all of these names and categories. My niece did this. I think because she saw YouTube videos on cutting. Right. Like why are you going to cut yourself? It's like, I can understand somebody cutting themselves and going, oh, I like doing this. But the fact that it was publicized, then all of a sudden, all these people are cutting themselves organically. I just thought about it. No, you saw it. Somebody talked about it. You were influenced and you started doing it. And I think that is what is happening with all these kids that are saying they're gay, they're trans, they're a different gender. So I'm going to go speak to these women along with Mario and some other people. We're going to talk to them, but I am not going to start off and I'm not going to tell them where I stand on the issue, that I don't think kids should be in drag. I'm going to find out how many of them watch RuPaul's Drag Race before I give my opinion. In fact, I'll like say, yeah, anybody watch RuPaul's Drag Race? It's a really cool show. I really love it. Because I have noticed there are adult, and I'm not bagging on women right now, but does tend to be more of a female issue. Now, RuPaul's Drag Race has been on for over 10 years now. Okay. Well, think about the kids who were watching it. There are kids who do sit at home and they watch it with their mothers. Well, you want to please your parents. You want them to be happy. And I don't know if there's a constant influence of boys watching other boys do this and get praise and being told how brave they are and how talented they are and how beautiful they are. And they get all this positive attention. I can see why someone would want that. And you make things worse. And to make things worse, in my state, you can get hormones from Planned Parenthood without your parent knowing it. Right. And I think that's terrible. The parent should always know what kind of medication you're on. I mean, that's their job, isn't it, to know and to protect you from things? I love hearing your opinion. This is great. Oh, thank you. That's sweet. I just watched Ariel S., the lesbian YouTuber who just left the left. Awesome. Not saying she is conservative, but she feels the left has gone too far. Right. And that's another thing. Okay. I was, of course, a left-leaning person. And the funny thing is, there are issues that I am. I mean, we're all in the middle somewhere, and we all, how can I put it? I mean, I just really kind of believe in freedom for adults. I do. As long you do no harm to anybody. That's really where I stand. A true cutter will cut for a release and different pain, physical versus mental pain. Most cutters will hide their scars. Yes, right. Sad kids are doing it. You know what it is? Maybe we're just seeing the new version of emo kids. I don't know. People who just are looking for attention. Kitty, have you seen the video where the Young Turks endorsed animal fucking? No, I didn't, but it wouldn't surprise me. Parents not being allowed to know what their kids are doing medically started with teen girls being allowed to get abortions without their parents knowing. It's terrible. I mean, you actually have the government. This is a way of the government kind of taking over the role of a parent. You know, Kitty, I'm 52. I went to the drag shows as soon as I could get into the bar. My bestie was a drag queen. Drag and gay bars are fabulous for adults. I find kids in that scene as abuse completely. And I'll tell any of you, and I know most of my audience, you're straight people. Go see a drag show. Go to a gay bar. You'll be welcome. And you'll be welcome because the gay people want to please people so bad. They want to be accepted. So they would love if you go. And the club I worked at, we had gay people, we had straight people come in all the time. It's very entertaining. It's a lot of fun. You're going to see sexuality, so if you are sort of a Puritan, you might not want to go. But you know what? Women, you go in there, you'll see hot guys go dancing, instead of, going, and seeing girl go dancers. You go to a gay club, you'll see boy go dancers. Okay. And yes, it's all adult. And I know you Christians are going to say it's a sin, but whatever. You go to church, we'll go to our clubs. But anyway, but I know you're not all like that. There are Christians who will go even to a gay club. But you just how can I put it? It's not for kids. Go see a drag show. It's a lot of fun. There is some ugly, awful drag, and there's some great drag. Would love for you to become part of our new Denver non-radical leftists real gay scene. Come out. You will do awesome. Really? I'll have to look into that. It's, California is not like that. Every gay person is a lefty. Not all, because me and Mark live here, and Mario lives here. But I'm not gay, but the gay clubs in Austin are so much fun. They are a lot of fun. And, a lot of heterosexual women go to them because they go there because they don't want men hitting on them. So they go to the gay clubs. The reality is you're going to go to the gay club. A gay man is probably going to grope you where a straight man won't, that I know of. But for some reason, I'll see women. This is the funny thing about women. Women will go, say, to a club or whatever, and a man will touch their breasts, and they'll go, "Oh my God, I've been touched," or whatever. They go to a gay club. The gay man will fondle their boobs, put his head between her tits, and then the woman will say, "Oh my God, you're so honey and cute." And I think maybe it's because they know that the gay guy doesn't want to have sex with them. I don't know. It's kind of like they get the attention that they want out of a man without having sex. Anyway, Colorado is totally changing. Amazing scene for normal people, but that San Fran mess. So, Jeremy? Okay, Jeremy. Do you feel that too many people are moving to Colorado and changing the culture? Because they definitely feel that in Arizona and in Oregon. They don't like the Californians moving there. But I know a lot of Californians are moving to Colorado, and I don't know if they're changing your politics or not. My daughter cut. When I asked, she told me she did not have a bad life and felt guilty for it. Wow, really? So felt that she needed to feel more pain like her friends. That's interesting. I told her she is not equipped to handle her friends. How interesting, Liz. That is really interesting that she did it to feel sympathy for her friends because she was like a privileged person who didn't have any problems. That's interesting. That sounds like a very liberal thing to do, really. But that is interesting. Oh my God, I did not know that gay boob love was universal, LOL. And you are right. Gay men can play with my boobs all day and I don't feel stressed about it. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about, people. And the funny thing is, I'll tell you, okay, check this out. Okay, if this came from any other guys, this would be considered completely misogynistic, okay? Me and Mark, we go to this one breakfast place in a town near us. We really like it, and we try to get to like know the servers. A lady around our age, she's like probably maybe a little older than us, like probably 55, has these really huge boobs, and she just stuffs them in a t-shirt. And Mark, Mark will compliment a woman in a different. I'll do it too, but he does it more in the way a man would compliment a woman. He like tells her, "Oh, you have great tits." Like he don't care. Like he'll flat out just tell, you have really nice tits. And he will admire them and stuff. And I'm more of like the type of guy who will say, "Oh, I really like your hair or your makeup." I kind of look at the aesthetics of like cut because I do this, right? So I pay attention to that stuff. Mark will pay attention to your butt, your boobs, whatever. And your shoes. He'll notice your shoes too. But anyway, so this woman just absolutely loved it. She absolutely loved that we were talking about her boobs. And then kind of find out her daughter works there too. And like next time we go in, they go, "Oh, where's your mom?" And I don't remember exactly how the conversation came, but she realized that Mark is the one who likes complimented the boobs. So just every time we go in there, her mom's boobs are a conversation. It's just funny. Mario says, "All 2 days, Megan, the cute blonde was pushing me to her chest." Mario, really? She would just stuff you in her cleavage, right? So I mean, that's just the way it is. So guys out there, I don't want to ignore you. Pretend to be gay, and then women will let you play with their boobs. But you have to stop. Don't try to get them in bed. Be satisfied with playing with the boobs, and then move on. Okay. LOL. A bear once told me, "Nice boobs." I wasn't offended. Well, I think it has everything to do with the way they come across. If they come across as predatory, then you're it's but it's typical. A heterosexual man is always going to want more. They do. I've worked with them, trust me. I've been a diesel mechanic, I've been a trucker, I've been around the dirtiest of men. But another thing about men is they're also pussies too. Like they'll talk a big game and they'll say all this stuff, but a lot of times they're just going home alone. Oh God, what time is it? Oh shit. Okay. Well, you guys, this has been fun, but I gotta go. I gotta get ready for my interview. I gotta eat something. I have an interview at 11. I don't know where it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be on YouTube. The guy's name is Tim Wilms. I don't know if it's gonna be live or not. So if you're up and want to watch it, you can watch it. I don't know what it's gonna be about. I really don't. A lot of the interviews, I don't know what the subject matter will be, so it's always kind of a surprise, and I'm happy about that. In my school, many girls think they are bi because they're afraid of boys and only hang out with girls. There's that too. It's so complicated. There's so much involved in the gay issues and the trans issues and everything. I don't know if you guys noticed my eyebrows are not as severe tonight. I'm listening to my mother. I didn't do like the really like that. Okay. Thanks, PJM. I'm glad you were able to catch me. I'm glad to see you here. I'm glad that all of you showed up tonight. I know this is a very unique time and a day for me to do this. Oh, thank you. So, gay oops. Anyway, thank you, Liz. Okay, so I'll see you guys later. The guy who's going to interview me, his name is Tim Wilms, Tim. Last name is Wilms. It's probably going to be on YouTube. If not, I'll just post it, and you guys can watch it later or whatever. Don't know what it's going to be about. I'm excited. He's from Australia. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll probably do a little bit more to my makeup. I'll have time to, fine tune it. I hate my mouth. I gotta change that. I don't like the color. I like it on Twitter. I don't like it on YouTube, and I'm gonna be doing this on YouTube, so I'll probably go more neutral with my mouth. Okay, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a good night.